Alright guys, welcome back to my channel. And I saw one of my recent video. I mean, not one of my recent videos. It's like been like I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 months since when I posted that video. But it said goals, and I forgot. I know it's kind of embarrassing, but I forgot what my goal was. Thought my goal was like 1.5k or something, but it was actually 2,000, and I'm 400 off. I mean, I'm pretty sure. If I don't rush things, I'll probably make it there. And, when it's probably December. But, I want to get there as fast as possible. So, I'm going to be posting lots of videos. The downside is that it's going to be short. But please join my Discord. The link is in the description. And I'm going to be doing What If Naruto Had Nen. I'm going to be replacing, what if I was in My Hero Academia, because obviously I looked at the recent videos that has the least views, and obviously that one had the least views, because I feel like it probably would have been a good what if I actually thought about the plot more and stuff like that. But it's whatever. But yeah, with that long introduction out of the way, let's begin. Alright, so basically, to start this story off, we're gonna have to go to the Nine-Tailed Fox attack. Like at the end, when basically Kushina, when those chains that she those Uzumaki chains that she used to trap the Nine-Tailed Fox had enforced Zetsu, kind of, similar to Kurapika's chains. And those chains, like all the Uzumakis who have that dojutsu, or that Kugenkai, can those chains naturally have enforced Zetsu, which works on chakra and nen. So basically, like the Nine-Tailed is unable to use any chakra or his nen. And basically it's possible to use chakra and nen at the same time. You just need to convert it. And basically Nine-Tailed Fox and all the tailed beasts can convert their nen. It's like they can convert their nen, the chakra, and back to nen. So basically the Nine-Tailed Fox still does the same thing. And then and Minato seals the Nine-Tails into Naruto. So now we skip 5 years. 5 years into the future, as we see Naruto in the alleyway, broken, beaten, scorched with flames, and then as he's covered in ashes, and he thinks, why me? Why? What have I done in my past life to deserve this treatment? I haven't done anything. I can't accept this. I need to know why. Why is this happening to only me? Why am I getting treated like trash? I can't deal with this anymore. Naruto says as he cries and cries. As then he just got up as he's sniffing. He had snot on his, as he wiped off his snot, and then he got up and said, I hate this village. I can't take it anymore. I don't want to be Hokage anymore. As then Naruto came to the realization that this village is very harsh, and that he shouldn't stay in this village any longer. So he packs up what he does have, as the villagers steal from his apartment when he's outside. And then Naruto packs up all that he has and just leaves as he's in the forest running. And this is in the middle of the night, as Anbu's are not looking for him. Anbu's, they're forced to look for him, but that's when Naruto's already gone. it's been around 8 or so hours, and by that time the sun is already rising. So as Naruto's running, he falls onto the ground as he struggles to get up, but because of dehydration and on the brink of starvation, he falls to the ground and faints. He then wakes up in a cave as he smells some delicious food and hears the sizzling of it. He then sees an old man cooking some meat that he got from a bear. Some meat. And then Naruto's confused as he looked around, saw that it was a cave, and got up from where he was laying, and Naruto asked, who are you? Why did you save me? And basically the old man said, well, you see, I saw you laying on the ground in the forest, and I thought you were about to die, so I saved you and even gave you some food. And then Naruto was like crying tears of joy. He never had somebody who ever tried to save him, who ever did nice things for him. And then he then says, thank you, sir. Thank you so much. Can I ask for your name? And then the old man says his name. And now they begin to bond. And because the old man sees how weak Naruto is, as he sees his skinny arms, his stomach, which is basically looks like he's about to die from starvation, and he thinks this kid, he hasn't had much to eat in a very long time if he looks like this, as Naruto looks very thin, looks like a stick. And the old man trains Naruto. So if I said Naruto, I mean Deku, for like a little while now, but I've done so many Deku waters, but I kind of forgot. But alright, anyways, with the story, so Naruto then gets some training as his body is looking more lean. His body type is lean on the outside, but he's pretty buff when he's not wearing any clothes. So Naruto feels really, really happy and content living in the forest with the old man, eating food and stuff like that, hunting. And Naruto learns Nen. He learned that his Nen type is transmuter, and he doesn't know what to really transmute. He thinks about what he's been hit with, or what he's been what type of power or he's been attacked with, and he thinks, wait a minute, aren't I been hit with I've been hit with fire my whole life. I've been scorched, I've been boiled. I should use fire. So basically Naruto would learn to transmute some fire from his hands. He would basically rub his hands for a long time until it creates friction, which then makes fire. And that's the explanation I'm going with this, until he learns how to make friction without it. And he could probably just use he could use he could use a lighter once he's more skilled. But then Naruto is good, he's having a good time learning Nen the old man, learning types of nen with like enhancer, manipulator type training. Yeah, he's learning all nen type training, and it comes to a time where basically, yeah, so basically a man, basically, yeah, a man, or some sort of rogue ninja, not that strong, mind you, came like near the cave, near like the let me change that, because no, Naruto has been helping, and he's relatively more stronger than the old man by now, because it's been Naruto's like 7 at this point, so he's been with the old man for 2 years learning Nen. So they built a house by then, and the house is not that bad, but it's mostly made of wood, and because of Naruto being able to kind of make like sparks, fire, he's able to use like the sand, like some sand that's nearby, to to make to make glass. So the house is not looking too bad. So the the rogue ninja arrives, and he is pretty poor. I mean, he's pretty dehydrated, and it's like he's just kind of starved. I mean, he's kind of hungry, and he sees that nice house. He smells food coming from that house, and he thinks, wait a minute, I could probably steal that food and kill those people that are in that house. So he breaks through the glass, and he basically tries to attack the old man, and tries to attack Naruto. So Naruto basically dodges it with ease, and he puts like some nen into his fist. He pulls it up, and he punches the rogue ninja right in the gut. In the gut. And it wasn't too much, because he doesn't want to damage the house, so it's just enough to push him back a little, but it did serious damage. Probably broke his ribs from that. But the rogue ninja wasn't done. Even though he was hungry and kind of dehydrated, he was still a rogue ninja. So he basically the old man tries to fight the rogue ninja, and you basically, Naruto and the old man are fighting, and basically Naruto's holding back, because he's synchronizing with the old man, and he doesn't want to mess up the synchronizing, because they fought like animals for a long time now, so they're fighting. When they fight together, they're synchronized. So basically that Naruto lost his footing, and he fell, like he tripped. Rogue Ninja used his chance to throw a kunai directly at Naruto's head. However, the old man jumped in front of Naruto, instantly taking the hit, as it hit the old man's lungs, a fatal blow. As the old man is dying on the ground, he says his last words: goodbye, Naruto. I never had a fun time. Like, those 2 years I spent with you were the best years of my life. I've been in this forest my whole life, isolated from the world, but little by little, when I spent time with Naruto, I enjoyed life more and more. It's sad, but I guess I have to accept that my time is up. As the old man then took his last breath, as he closed his eyes for the last time, Naruto was enraged. He used so much nen that he ever used before, and he used so much nen, and he made so much fire that the house began burning down as the pillars that were holding the house up began to began to fall as it just destroyed the rogue ninja's legs. As then Naruto smiled a wicked grin. As then he began to laugh and laugh as his sanity was broken. He finally found someone that accepted him, somebody that liked him for who he was. But that person died, and all these rotten people survived. It wasn't fair to him, but now he just has to accept. He has to accept that people are rotten, but he doesn't want to accept. He then wants to destroy the world and build a new world where everybody is nice, where the world is not rotten. And to do this, he has to bring chaos to the world and destroy it first. So then, as Naruto's laughing and laughing, and he's thinking this, he then says, "You worthless trash, it's time for you to die." As then he got up and left the house, symbolizing that there was no turning back.